Okay, and this difference is significant. So this is the main effect. Okay, and you can see who are at an average level of femininity, which exactly means the 0 point of our femininity. Okay, and how do we interpret the point 215? Let's say for leaders who work for oil company, 1 unit femininity higher than average will result in 0.22 increases of perceived worth. Why does we have to say for leaders who work for oil company? Because this is exactly what the 0 means in our company variable, right? We said when we are interpreting the influence of one variable, we isolated its influence, and thus we assume all the others equals to 0. And when company equals to 0, it means for leaders who work for oil company, right? Okay. But however, well, the interaction effect is significant, but right now we don't know how to interpret it, because we need post hoc analysis to see that, right? But, well, think about it. Right now, you might already find out that, like, we don't know what is happening for leaders who work for solar company, right? Because right now, because of this coding, we can have the data only for leaders who work for oil company when we want to interpret the influence of femininity on worth. We'll talk about this later. Okay, let's take a look at question 5. Now we want to see how the interaction actually looks like. So, okay, we focus on interpretation of the interaction first. We do this by calculating new meaningful zeros and low and high femininity. So, basically, now we need to compute the low level of femininity and high level of femininity. And normally for a spotlight analysis, we take 1 SD below the mean and 1 SD above the mean. And for you to compute the low femininity, we use the centered femininity plus 1 SD. And this is, well, if you're good at math, you know why. But if you don't, check your slides, and it doesn't really matter whether you know the reason or not. Just remember, okay, when you want to compute the low femininity, you have to plus 1 SD. This is counterintuitive, I know. And for high femininity, when you want to compute it, you minus 1 SD, okay? Let's quickly do this, and we name it as low and high, okay? Okay, femininity low. We use this femininity to plus 1 SD. What is SD? We got it, 1.73393. Okay, and then we compute high femininity using minus. Okay, now I got it. Okay, cool. And then we have to compute interaction for it. Yeah, now students are sending me, no, not students, but yeah, never mind. Sorry for the. And now we have to compute also for the interaction for the high level and low level of femininity. Okay, so now the 0 here actually already changed the meaning if we look at low and high. So in low femininity level, the 0 now means a low level of femininity. And in high femininity, the 0 now means a person with a high femininity. Okay, now we have to compute the interaction. Com D. No fem. Okay. Oh, I will switch off my email for a moment. And then we do the same for high femininity. Okay, so now we did 6, 5, 6, 7. Now we run the multiple regression first for the low level of femininity. So we put warmth and the DV as well, and then we put dummy coded company, and then we put low level of femininity and the interaction between low level of femininity and company. Okay, this is what we see. So the significance levels, if you compare, are the same. However, the coefficients changed. Yes. And this is for the low level. Before that, we run the same multiple regression for high level, okay? Okay, now you can see the significance level changed for company, and these two stay the same, but for the significance level of company dummy, it changed. And how can we interpret this difference when there are low level and high level? Okay. So if you look at the regression for a low level of femininity, you can see here. Okay, how can we interpret this? So comparing to people who work for the oil company, for people who at a low level of femininity, and comparing to when they're working at oil company, when they are working at a solar company, they will have 0.93 increase in the perceived warmth, and it's significant, right? And if you look at people who are in a high femininity level, so now the 0 point is in high femininity. So we say for people who have a high femininity, comparing when they're working at oil company, when they are working at solar company, there is no significant difference. Okay, so this is exactly what our hypothesis is about. So the interaction is significant, and then we interpret the interaction and based on our prediction, and it's supported. So like I said, the hypothesis is confirmed. As stated above, the results of the regression analysis demonstrated a significant interaction. First of all, the interaction effect has to be significant. And I know some of you will ask, what if my interaction is not significant? Should I do the spot analysis or not? Well, if you stated in your master thesis in the theory part, saying, okay, I'm going to conduct a spotlight analysis, and if the interaction is not significant, I will still explore I will still do a post hoc analysis to explore. Then that's okay. Okay, but if you didn't say anything, you have to make sure to tell your readers you're doing the post hoc analysis for exploratory purpose, even though you know your interaction is not significant. Okay. In our case, our interaction is significant, and then the spotlight analysis show and predicted that at a low level of femininity, leaders of a solar company are perceived as 0.93 points warmer, while there is no effect of company on perceived warmth of the leader when people are at high levels of femininity. Exactly. And well, it's actually not very much content, so we came to our extra part already. And this is what I said before. These questions in extra parts is challenging you how coding differently can influence our interpretation. Okay. From question 1 to 11, we were looking at the influence of company on warmth depends on different level of femininity. But now we want to look at how the effect of femininity is different within the solar company and within the oil company. To be clear, this is not part of a hypothesis. It's just for your curiosity, for researchers' exploratory purpose. Okay, the question is there an effect of femininity for oil company and for solar company? How can you calculate this for solar? Okay, so in our first regression, without recoding the lower high level, we see here, well, for leaders who work for oil company, 1 unit femininity higher than average will result in 0.22 increase of perceived warmth, right? Okay. And we said it's because our 0 level now is oil company, and we can only get the influence of femininity for people who work for oil company because of the coding. So some smart, you may already figure out, okay, if we want to investigate what is the influence of femininity for leaders who work for solar company, then we have to recode the company variable differently, right? Exactly, that's what we are going